India's aerospace sector is entering a new era, one driven by advanced manufacturing, automation, innovation, and closer collaboration between academia and industry. But as technology evolves, what should the next generation of aerospace engineers be learning today? What skills will matter most? How can universities and industries work together more effectively? To explore these questions, we speak to Dr. S. Somanath, former chairman of ISRO and president of the Aeronautical Society of India. Hello and welcome. Today we are joined by Dr. S. Somnath for an exclusive conversation with EdexLive. Welcome, sir. And
Thank you so much.
yeah, what is the one capability that you think that future aerospace engineers should develop before graduating?
There is nothing like simple answer to it. The first and foremost is aerospace is not a single domain. It is a multidisciplinary domain. There are so many technologies that comes together for aerospace to solve problems. The first capability any student should have is something called multidisciplinary approach to problem solving. It is very easy to say, but then implementation is not easy because any student who want, suppose he is specialized in propulsion, structures, thermal, fluid dynamics, we can't easily get somebody who knows everything. It is not easy at all. But it's a goal that we can set for ourselves that we want people who will become multidisciplinary in nature. Second aspect is that you have to train in domains which are connected to their core domain. You should be able to understand. You may not be an expert in every domain, but at least you should be able to appreciate. A mechanical engineer should understand electronics. A civil engineer should understand thermal. A computer scientist should also understand how production is done. Nobody can be in silos. This is the very important quality in aerospace which is required. Second part is aerospace is a very strongly rooted in theoretical and fundamental sciences. So we want people with a good depth of knowledge, not very peripheral talking knowledge. It is not business. It is more of technology. And that requires deeper insight. So people with the deeper understanding only can actually create innovations in aerospace sector.
What kind of university industry partnership would you like to see become more normal than exceptional in India's aerospace sector?
One of the thing is universities are now giving general engineering courses and also specialized courses called aerospace in degrees as well as masters. What we need industry to do is industry to find realize that there is some research component in anything they do. If they cannot be a pure even if a manufacturing aerospace company, you should institute and research component in everything they do. What can be the research to improve the process, to improve the cost, to improve the deliverable life of the hardware, sometimes improve performance. So for all of this, there are some steps that can be taken, and these steps can come out only through research. That means some people have to spend time on it and do some modifications and work. Today, this is being done by the working people. And there are not enough knowledge in the working people to understand this. Why we are doing are not known to many industries. They know how to do. How is only known. Why is not known. So the research is nothing but doing, understanding what why. So industry should invest in understanding some why part of it. And for that, they should connect with their nearby academic institutions, encourage teachers and students to answer that why part. And once you solve that part, you will know how to build a better product than what you were doing till yesterday. Maybe at a lower cost, at a faster production, with lesser materials, with more efficiency. And this is what is called innovation, making things better out of what they currently do. And this is important. I think the industries, they know they are all doing, but you should do in a structured manner. That is called research. Not by accident, you should not do. You should do by strategic planning. I think that is what is needed now in academic industry connect.
So, if robots can perform increasingly precise manufacturing tasks, should engineering education focus less on operating machines and more on designing, supervising, and improving automated systems?
I think so. Say when computers came, typewriters vanished. It's okay. And when autonomous cars come, drivers will vanish. But then you should know how it is being done. The algorithm of that the machining process or manufacturing process must be understood by the people. Then only they can do automation. So the science of doing the work will be preserved. But the actual people who are doing, which are less skilled, are not required. The whole of the automation's principle is remove lesser and lesser skilled people, fill the system with more skilled people. knowledgeable people. So that is a function of automation. And it actually improves efficiency, throughput, etc. So when robots come to manufacturing, most welcome. Let us remove people who are not supposed to do welding. It can be done by robot, riveting, noisy environment, and very, very fast logistics, heavy lifting. Everything can be done by robots. Let the real people work on how to plan, execute, engineer, digitally do things, and verify everything, and then ask the robots to do. And this is how the humanity should progress. Nothing wrong in that.
So, what is one lesson from your years in the space program that you wish every young aerospace engineer could experience personally?
The personal experience is dreaming about something, planning how to do it, actually do it, and see it's actually functioning in front of your eyes in your lifetime is the greatest joy that you can get. That is true. That's why innovators, founders, startups are all very, very happy because they are not talking or doing somebody else's work. They are doing something that they are passionately involved. So when I was in ISRO, I had opportunity to design, develop rockets and see it flying successfully in front of my eyes. It's not done by one person, it is done by thousands of people, but still you are very much part of it. So the biggest joy of doing something like this is that, for example, if you simply become a industry worker or industry engineer, you become part of that and you don't see great outcome. Sometimes you are running a plant, what is that you are fun, but if you are building a rocket or a satellite and doing something differently than the past, your joy is tremendous. But the timeline required to do that is very long, so you need to be patient, you need to invest in your knowledge and work for long years. That's the only problem in aerospace. Aerospace don't deliver results that fast. So you have to be patient, you have to be extremely knowledgeable, you have to work very hard, but it is worth spending the time. At the end of the time that you can be very proud of it and very happy about it. I think that's what joy that aerospace gives young students.
So, do you think that student design competitions should include constraints such as cost, manufacturability, sustainability, and maintenance, not just aerodynamics and performance?
Precisely, it should be. It is well understood that all of this art should become part of it. But then many times the people are not trained to do that. For example, the cost sensitivity are not taught in colleges. They are not understanding where from these are sourced, what is the cost of developing every component, and they are currently they do the idea testing only in such scenarios of prototyping. But then second level of manufacturability, cost optimization, production easiness, time cycle shrinking, all these are to be taught and you should have some training. And it cannot happen easily in colleges. In colleges, you don't have an environment to teach them. It will be trained and understood only in industry. In college, they can only teach you theory. But theory is okay. Theory is good to understand where the cost comes. At least the elements of the costing, you have to understand elements of timeline, time people should understand. And engineers are meant to understand all of this. They are not just technocrats, they are managers. Any engineer who comes into aerospace sector, they understand technology, cost, money, everything. I think this is integrated learning. So it should be the case.
How early do you think students should be exposed to aerospace manufacturing at school, undergraduate level, or only during specialized postgraduate education?
Manufacturing is a specialized activity like many others. Aerospace is not separated from other manufacturing domains. Then manufacturing in automotives, electronics production, industrial production, they are all similar. Aerospace has some little higher benchmarks. That's all the difference is. For example, welding when you do in aerospace, it goes through thorough evaluation of process control and checks. Whereas in industrial welding, maybe a little lower. That's only the difference. Materials you use for aerospace has a higher criteria for screening, like NDT criteria and strength criteria. That may not be important for typical steel bar you use for structural steel work. Whereas if you use it for aerospace, it is much different control. Electronic products go through a different level of screening in aerospace compared to industrial products. They call it commercial off-the-shelf products where we use radiation hardened other devices. That's the only difference between aerospace uh, and regular engineering. So it is manufacturing point of view. If you want to train people early, it's difficult. I can tell you that those things are domain specific. I think they can be done only in the early phase in a career. When you select the career, you can be trained to understand all of that. In colleges, Of course, you can give some basic framework or theoretical understanding so that they don't become lost when they go to industry. To that extent, only the syllabus should be formulated, not to the great detail. It is not possible. They are vary from one industry to another.
Okay, sir. That was lovely talking to you. Thank you for your time and hope we can connect in future as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity to talk to you on aerospace and manufacturing. It's a really important domain.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.